Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to bring you into the know about a brand new weekly feature for Leviathan. And strangely enough, it's called the League of Leviathan. I'm Andrew Whipple, and I'm here with the wonderful and lovely...
Wonderful and lovely. I like that. It's Joey Blackwell here.
Yeah, we wanted to get more personable with you guys out there, and while League doesn't need it doesn't need to get bigger than it already is, we both play this game enough, and we thought it was a pretty good idea to just showcase our experiences and share them with you.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be analyzing every little play we make, so if you've ever watched somebody on the stream, if you've seen them do something you would never do, we'll probably catch that too.
And it's important to note that we're not trying to be the MOBA Fire, we're not trying to do the champion spotlights, we're not trying to tell you how to play a champion. We want to just show you how we play with our people, our friends, and maybe even someday you. There's a lot of stuff to look forward to, and heck, you can even critique us for building your favorite champion wrong.
Definitely, we'll hear a lot of that, I'm sure.
What we've got here is the fact that I'm poking Akali just by auto-attacking her. That pickpocket talent really comes in handy here.
Yeah, most people think it's for supports only, and it's a wonderful utility for supports. I mean, you know, I played support, I've been in bot lane, and you're starving for gold, but to put it to use on a top lane with the farmer like Nasus, where you got your passive life still going, so you get nothing from benefits from poking the enemy champion. I mean, because you're getting back a little bit of health, you're getting a little more gold in your pocket. It just all contributes to putting you ahead in your lane.
Alright, so what do you think about here, Joey?
I think you're doing a great job of taking advantage of those new buffs Riot gave to Nasus. You know,
Thank you.
He would have such a hard time in lane. You know, he'd take a minion, take some damage, and he'd still come out losing. But since you're taking those cannon minions, you're actually getting +6 to your siphoning strikes, which even if you do miss a minion here and there, you're still ahead more than what you would have been.
And it's important to note that whenever you are just auto-attacking like this, I don't have, full health. Nasus has built-in lifesteal. It's more important to get that siphoning strike kill on a minion than to do anything else. Even then to hit Akali, which I sometimes do here, you don't want to do that. Save that Q for the minions. And
right.
It's also important, at least to me, that you're aware of trying not to go past that middle of the lane. You never know when that jungler is going to come up, and I think I did a pretty good job there.
Oh yeah, definitely. They had a jungle Xin Zhao actually, and I've played Xin Zhao, so I know that people who overextend are basically food for whoever I'm laning with, because he's got a knock-up and a slow, and combined with Akali, there's no guarantee you would have got out alive.
They don't call him Xin Zhao for nothing.
Definitely. So here you will see me as my luxurious Cho'Gath jungle coming up to take advantage of the lane bully Nasus. We actually decided, you know what, he's winning the lane, let's go ahead and get a kill off of this and everything. And I started out with Rupture, and we actually didn't take advantage of Nasus's W because Rupture is a knockup and a slow. So there's no need to stack slows, it's better to chain them one after another.
Well, it also would help if I actually had it available right there. But it's still... I give you credit on all that because I would not have been able to catch her. You came around from the back. It was perfect. And we were able to take this tower here just because of it. They did not get the support that they needed.
Right, and then also to notice, Nasus, even though I'm not sure if he's labeled as one, is a great tower pusher because that siphoning strike damage applies to towers. So... For those who may not have known, Nasus can wreck a tower if you farm him enough.
My favorite point in League of Legends is when the vengeful spirit comes back and just tries to lay claim on your body. And I knew that I could beat Akali here, but I made a huge mistake, and I did not put Spirit Fire down immediately when she was just hiding in here. That was really stupid of me.
Right, I mean, we all have those slips, but having that Spirit Fire damage going, having that armor reduction going, even though you did come out on top of that fight, it probably would have gone a little quicker every time Akali poked her head out of the shroud to poke her with her little bit of damage.
My favorite thing about Nasus is when you're farmed, that Q is the most devastating thing, and you see it here. She is running for her life because, good God, she is not going to get away, especially with Wither.
Yeah, you hate to see this kind of thing happen. You hate the lane against this kind of thing, too. In what, I think 3 hits that was, you took down a full health Akali just because she spent the entire laning phase forgetting that you could farm your Q. and 3 hits, and she was down. And that's on an Akali who has Spell Vamp and Lifesteal built in. What you see here is, once again, that devastating Q, but we were actually doing something a little different. We had our AD carry on mid and 2 APs on bot, just so that Varus could outpoke Lux, because, you know, Lux on Lux matches can go either way.
Oh, sure, yeah. And it worked out for us, big time.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did. You actually saw our Varus get caught there by Lux's laser, which is on a 2-second cooldown, I swear. And then we start our miraculous tower dive. You know, we had our Lux coming off up from bot lane where she was doing great, and my silence, my knock-up, Nasus' slow, and Q, and it ended all with a Lux laser. There was no chance for her.
Showcasing my strength again in this game, since I was able to farm the Q unhindered, I once again am destroying this tower up here. And there was no one that was around that was able to do it. Too much action on the bottom lane, I suppose. And Akali's not going to jump in. Come on.
Yeah, no, Akali's already learned her lesson from the other 3 times she's tried fighting you.
So here we are, once again showcasing the strength that 2 pretty tanky characters can have on mid lane.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm playing Cho'Gath in the jungle, and Cho'Gath is actually a very powerful mage. He can go mid, he can go top. But as a jungle character, I'm playing him for his CC. What I'm doing here is throwing down my Rupture and getting ready to hit her with, I think it's Feral Scream, which will silence Lux, who's a caster, so it shuts her down completely. And Nasus comes in with his farmed up Q and just blows up her health completely.
Hey, that's what I do.
What you're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is the result of a team fight gone bad for our enemy. Their AD carry Caitlyn is currently running in terror from me, but because of our communication, I was able to tell our Nasus, hey, she's probably going to come that way, get ready for it. And he caught her out of place after she flashed, trying to get away from me. She took a Wither, and just like Nasus does, he explodes her.
The best part, though, is that this is probably the longest, most desperate section of our entire match. Everyone is just riding along, and they just have no idea how important this fight was. It's just a trickle-down effect.
It was.
Akali made a terrible play there. She killed Varus, but she sacrificed herself, and now Fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks came in. I guess he thought silencing you would stop the power of your Q. I'm not sure. But it was just they threw themselves at the 2 tankiest characters on our team, one after another, by themselves, no less, and we took them down one by one, no trouble.
My favorite thing about this is that when you're losing the match and people just decide to run into the jungle, face checking.
Definitely. They had no wards out as far as I'm aware. I mean, we had no need to buy oracles, but they were acting like they couldn't see us. And we caught Fiddle. You know, I missed a few ruptures on my part, I'll admit. They put me in a bad position there where I had to flash out of tower range, but they face checked us, so we pulled an advantage. Nasus actually died there, which was unfortunate.
It was unfortunate, but that brings up the next point, though. We stayed too long because we knew that we were winning. I mean, shoot, I've got 5.7k gold right now. We were being cocky in a lot of ways, and that can lose you the game in a lot of respects.
Definitely. Had we persisted that kind of behavior, because we caught ourselves. As soon as we saw that Nasus died, we were like, okay, what are we doing wrong here? But we caught ourselves. But if you don't catch yourself, if you keep thinking, okay, they're completely weak, you can't forget the enemy team gets gold too. So every time you throw yourselves against them and you die, you're making them harder to kill in the future. And you hate to see this kind of thing happen.
Do
Nasus
you?
And I'm sure they do. I loved it. Nasus and I are in their base. We're wrecking people. Nasus popped his ultimate, got the bonus health, is getting the bonus AD, you know, tearing everybody apart with that Q. I'm off to the side, making their Xin Zhao not exist, and then I hit him with my ultimate, which gave me a stack on it. I think that was the last stack I needed. And then here comes Akali.
Honestly, it seemed this was a desperate move for the team. There was nothing that they really could do. The game was pretty much over at this point, but this team just didn't fight together well towards the end. Who knows if there was internal fighting going on. But there should never just be 2 dudes sitting in a base like this, attacking everybody and staying there.
I mean, here we take another kill on Caitlyn, and we chase off Lux, I think, before we decided we've done too much, so let's go ahead and get out. You gotta have the communication for it.
Finish this all out. The likelihood of this actually happening was ridiculously high, and the final push was imminent.
Definitely. They had broken themselves against us. You know, we had a giant Cho'Gath a completely fed Nasus. Our Lux was doing great. Our Varus was doing great. They were just behind. So once we decided to come in to end the game, there wasn't a lot they could do to stop us.
The saddest part was we didn't need Baron. We didn't need anything. I really do think that they just gave up at this point. This just goes to show you that team fights are imperative here, and they lacked it, especially towards the end.
Yeah, and if you notice, once again, although I'm not entirely sure how many of their teammates were dead, they were still fighting us in reduced numbers. You know, I caught Caitlyn out of place by herself. You don't leave the carry by themselves. They get eaten by Cho'Gath. That's what happens.
There's our very first episode, Terra in the top lane, aptly named by Joey. You're the one that came up with this. Really appreciate you guys checking this out. We hope that, well, you probably know a whole lot, maybe more than us even, but it's just a different kind of experience. We're trying to give you something else, a little insight into what we do, how we interact with each other. So please give us that feedback.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Leave a comment. You know, if you're upset, let us know. If you're happy, let us know. If you don't really care, let us know. We just want to talk to you. We want to know that we're not the only ones out there who care about this kind of thing.
Expect this stuff weekly. We mean it. We're into it, and we hope you guys are too. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching.